looked at me and opened wide. Built in 1911 by an immigrant family, Polish maybe. He was a lamplighter. She had one baby, a girl.
But how it went down?
I love poetry, I swear to God.
Our first feature, she came all the way from Oregon, or Oregon, depending on how you pronounce it. And she has been sick the last few days. She has been a real trooper, and she is going to kill it. She's a playwright, a performance poet, an actress, a producer, a teacher, and a journalist. She's been on HBO Def Poetry. She has lectured at NYU. She has taught with the Shakespeare Theater. She has done many things. She has also, the American Theater magazine named her as one of 25 theater artists who will shape American theater for the next 25 years. It is a big deal. Keep clapping for Claudia Alick. Make some noise for Claudia.
I love this new sexy voice I have. I hope it lasts. I might be interrupted by hacking, horrible coughs, though, so I apologize in advance. Now, I should probably preface, y'all probably going, what the hell is wrong with her? I swear to God, people who ask me this all the time, they'll be like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like, that's a polite question to ask someone. What's wrong with you? Truth is, I don't know. Doctors don't know. I've been to the Mayo Clinic. It's been a 2-year adventure. All I know is that you can go to my Twitter feed, twitter.com/Claudia Alick, and go back to February 9th of 2009, which is where the adventure began. And I have to say, the journey has been amazing. Because I started off only being able to move this arm. Wow. And then I got to move all my body parts, but they moved without my permission. And now, through a lot of work and a lot of drugs, we're kind of calm, we're kind of cool. We're recreating a moment here. I feel slightly emotional about this because my first poetry performance coming back from this journey was right here. And yeah. It was, I have to admit, it was scary as fuck. And then the video didn't work, and the camera, somehow something happened, and it was all lost.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. She didn't do it. But anyway.
But there were 40 people here who thought you were absolutely...
Oh no, it was a beautiful thing, but you know, that's the problem with live performance. It's so ephemeral, you know? Fuck it. So, here we are trying to recapture the moment, but my body is different. It jerks around less, it talks less. But I'm going to do just a little bit of poetry. Hopefully my voice won't leave me. I'm here in town, actually, for my brother's wedding. It was on Monday, I know, right? My brother's gay. He married a lesbian. That's a piece of performance art. I was the orchestrated protest. And if we have time and I have the voice, I will share that with you. But for now, let's get this party started. I thought I'd kick us off with the one that hurts my voice the most. I don't know why I'm such a masochist. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? Don't you hold your tongue, try and look to the left or the right. You better stare me in the eye and hope you ain't blinded by the light. Claudia the unbelievable, Claudia the unforgettable, Claudia the unbeatable, Claudia the undefeatable. You just try and forget this. I ain't that easy to miss. I'm the only hot, disabled, black, bisexual chick. I'ma fill every demographic. Give me a box and I'll check it. Give me a stereotype and I'll wreck it. Give me a barrier and I'll break it. Give me a scholarship. I'll take it. Because I'm the ultimate minority, the poster child for diversity, a daughter of an immigrant, and us first-generation kids, we know you gotta make it. Because when you got odds against you, the only choice is to be excellent. And when you go both ways, you got more places to go. And you have to get where folks, in order to get where folks is at, you have to know where they coming from. So here I am, letting all my seams show. Because who gets it better than one of your own? And we all belong to the same family, and I can't promise to be polite or PC, but this life's on loan, so I will speak with all honesty. So here it is, the agony and the ecstasy, the gifts of privilege, the history of slavery, the medical mystery, the suffragette me, the striver's dream and the cynic's bravery. Because I've got to believe it all turns out fine. That every challenge that kicks my behind just gives me more opportunities to refine the mad skills I got to blow your mind. So give me a box and I'll check it. Give me a stereotype and I'll wreck it. Give me a barrier and I'll break it. Give me a future and I'll create it. Because I ain't quitting till this game is won. Even if it's rigged and they ain't giving you nothing. And you just try and tell me this shit ain't fun. Because I may not be able to run, but I roll hard and I roll fast. Like I got the devil on my ass and I'll never be caught out last. Because what I ask, the unbelievable, the unforgettable, the unbeatable, the undefeatable, what is my name? This poem is dedicated to Cornell West. Right. It's called Race Matter. Race is not. It exists, we made it up, it's what we do. We take a series of things we see or hear or feel and we name them. Like magic, they become, they exist. We interact with them, make choices, make everything we do or seem or mean based on things we can't help. The way we look or see or feel. Like sexuality, race kind of exists. The difference between race and racism is. Racism is an action or active inaction, a behavior, a thing we do. Race is, we pretend it is, believe it is, local, geographic, or global human populations distinguished or defined as more or less distinct groups, grouped by genetically transmitted physical characteristics, biologically meaningless gradients of differentiation, not discrete units or more or less distinct biological boundaries between any human divisions, groups, populations, nationalities. There is nothing. Empty space. We feel we must fill with meaning. Race is largely circumstantial, dependent on traits chosen for emphasis. Group difference is not encoded in the human genome, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. Evolutionary patterns of divergent, particular, random mixes of genes make everything we do, or mean, or seem. We make our choices, reactions to, related to, genetics, but not genetic. Things that are not, but might as well be. Race is not. Race is we. And this is called Going with Gravity. And I will preface this by saying that I am an idiot. I live in a second-floor apartment, but I love it. And I couldn't let it go, even though I was crippled, and it made no sense. I consider my stairs physical therapy, but the path to walking was a long one. Today, I am going with gravity. When I succumb, when I release, when I recover, I rise. When the world turns, you are falling, undisciplined through time and space, with only the motion of orbit keeping you in place, and only the illusion of stasis to hold on to, undisciplined. This is everything. Standing is falling stationary, perfectly vertical, landing, like sticking it, like success, like the crowd goes wild. Standing. Everything is normal. Walking is falling forward, catching yourself in rhythm, through the fire, over broken glass, on the sunshine, walking. Everything is fine. Falling feels like failure. Expectations lead to disappointment. When you can't get up, when you can't rally, when you can't. This sensation is depression. Falling. Everything falls apart. Today, I continue to fail again, fail again, fail again better. to walk through the pain, literally working to stand on my own 2 feet. When I fall, I curl into a ball. When I have to stay down until it feels better, when everything spins out of control, undisciplined, I hang on to the one lesson I have found. When life brings you low, learn to love the ground. Because I feel like when you feature, you know, it's just one poem. One poem that's a new shit. So I ain't never read this in public before. So I'm a little nervous. I wrote this very recently when I was in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii. Big Island.
This is called Pain and Water. Used to be, I was in pain, like submerged in endless ocean, like the Little Mermaid, but instead of calypso crabs and singing fish, singeing flesh and horrible, horrible monsters under the sea. Then I came up for air, just enough to get hit with waves of it, taste the salt of it, the stabbing, burning, breathtaking specificity of it. The pace was incredible. So then I got used to the inevitability of it. I got used to the rocking motion, and I found comfort where I could, learned how to close my eyes, got so I could swim, and then it was like I found a boat. Still hit with crest after crest of overwhelming pain, moved uncontrollably, lost at sea without a paddle, but then came more progress. I mean, hard to tell with no compass. Eventually, after ages of drifting and starving, lips cracked with the irony of thirst, I hit upon something. Just a sandbar, being worn away as the tide came in. I'd scramble for shore, the land disappearing beneath my feet. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, until I got down with the life aquatic, my own personal swamp, my wetland, and I am thriving like rice, like the lotus flower, like cranberries. Today, I walk on beaches. I chop through damp jungle, machete in hand, sneakers on feet, chopping my own path and running on the elliptical until my muscles scream. I still get drenched in the occasional rainstorm, but I've come to appreciate this water. Listen as it speaks to me, to know when to drink. I tip my head up, open my mouth, and get hydrated. After exercise, I'm drenched in sweat, but this pain is different, and this pain is the same, and I embrace it. It means I'm healing. My body is mostly H2O, and so is the world. Speak now or forever hold your peace. No justice, no justice, no peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. No justice, no, 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 no. Ain't gonna hold my peace no more. Gotta speak my peace, gotta take the floor. Ain't gonna hold my peace no more. Gotta speak my peace, gotta protest. This lady protests too much, y'all might think, but this lady's the groom sister, so I got to speak. Plus, since this point of view is less than unique, marriage as an institution has gotten pretty weak. It's a little like communism. It works in theory, but in practice, people get bored or greedy, or they just want something more, they're being exploited, and so they get divorced. The concept of two people collaborating to perpetuate the human race is nothing new. Working in partnership makes you stronger, it's true. Shared resources, companionship, maybe a little breeding or child rearing. But we've tarred it up with all this extra shit, the concept of love and the sacrament. De Beers and holy institutions must be making amends. Selling that marriage is a thing that lasts forever. And of course, it's great to get tax breaks, but it also puts you in a higher tax bracket. And God forbid you happen to get sued, because what's hers is his, and what's his is hers. Because this contract is binding, if not in body or in soul, in combination of debt and loss of control. Has anyone really thought about it? Well, I guess they must. What with all those dang prenups? And so, many treat marriage like it's something it's not. blocking folks access to what they need and want. People can come up with many arguments for why gay marriage ruins it for others, but the truth will see the light. What people are fighting for is equal legal rights. It's not like a man or a woman have to be religious to tie the knot or go to a church. Just need a license and some other person licensed to officiate. And we give that permission to holy folks, which is great. But why keep that right only for judges? Let everyone have access, even to sexy black performance artists. Why do some religious folks want to block folks from being a team? Must be fear of the obvious. If these two can so easily get hitched, what the heck does it all mean? But you can't argue marriage isn't good for the economy. It encourages people to invest and then makes it incredibly hard for them to divest. So really think about it. You're combining your assets and deficits with the hope that you'll do better if you're in it together. And I don't really get what this entire wedding thing is about. The liminality of sexuality, exposing yourself in public to eliminate doubt or an excuse to throw a really fun party. But what I want to do is challenge you. I want to challenge you. When you say I do, make that shit true. Fuck the religion. The concept of love was made up by troubadours in the 17th century. And then religious institutions took over when folks started getting married naturally. And isn't it interesting that a black man and a woman would want to participate in a ceremony steeped in a history of slavery? But you two decided to jump the broom in front of friends and fam in a crowded room. So in 6 months, I challenge you to renew your vows. We paid for our tickets. This shit wasn't free. So commit. Make this marriage a guarantee. Yeah! Next year, February 14th, Valentine's Day, I invite you all to attend the renewal of the vows, or perhaps the divorce of my gay brother and his lesbian wife.